Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I wanted to do a quick post here because I get asked this question often, and that question is the typical what's in your bag question. And that is going to depend on whether I'm photographing a wedding, which I do, or whether I'm filming a wedding, which I do also. So many of you know I'm both a photographer and a videographer. So again, what I bring to a wedding is really going to depend on the situation at hand, what's going on. So in this particular post, I'm going to talk about filming a wedding and what I bring to cover a wedding on your wedding day. So many have asked this, so I'll take a few minutes to cover this right now. And I'm holding the camera handheld, so kind of forgive me moving it around and shaking it every now and then. So I got everything stored in this is going to be upside down, but it's an SKB case, similar to a Pelican case. I kind of went back and forth between that brand and Pelican and zeroed in on this just for the extra features that I liked about this case. And it's got lots of room. I got some miscellaneous stuff down in there. I'll talk about what goes in here in a little bit. There's a zipper pouch here. But anyway, as far as a wedding goes, I've got a Canon 50 that I bring. 50mm 1.2. I use this for the bride prep, excuse me, and filming the guys as well. So that is on my camera just about most of the morning. I've got 3 Zoom recorders. There's 2 here, and then there's 1 here. And this is mainly for my expecting the unexpected situation. Sorry guys. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes here. As far as cameras, I've got a Sony here. I've got another Sony in an external bag, or another bag that I'm bringing. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 Canon cameras that I bring, as well as 2 7200 2.8s. And there's another 7200 2.8 in another bag. I'll talk about that other bag in a second here. So bride work is done on the Canon 50 1.2. This guy comes out, these 2 Sonys come out during the reception. I've got a wide angle lens that goes on the Sony. It's the 1018 f4 that goes on the Sony during the reception. That's mainly during the dancing time when I'm on the gimbal and moving around. As far as the ceremony goes, that's when both of these, actually 3 of these, come out, because the setup that I have a camera down the center aisle and then 2 cameras on the side getting the groom and the bride with 2 angles there. So that's where all 3 of these guys come into play. And sometimes I'll use a 4th camera once the other 3 are recording, and move around and get shots of the people in the wedding itself, the bridal party, people in the audience, things like that. So I'm trying to think. I have multiple Rode mics that come along with me for each of the cameras. I've got multiple cards and enough crazy amount of cards to come with me. I'm kind of I guess I'm a little over paranoid because these 3, this one, already have 64 gig cards in them. This has got a 32, and of course, I've got more here. I'm filming on a Tascam. See if I can switch my hands here. So there is another there. I've got 3 of these that I bring. Again, this is more of, if something happens with the DJ and I need to throw these on the people speaking real quick, I will do that, and that has saved my butt more than once. I've actually had to use 3 Tascams as well as these on one wedding where a DJ's soundboard and mixer and basically everything went down. So during the speeches, I just went to my case, grabbed these 3, mic'd everybody up, and I was good to go. And the sound came out beautifully. So that saved my butt big time. So anyway, like I said, this is what I used to film a wedding. And keep this in mind, guys, this is just one bag. I've got another bag that I bring that's got a 2470 in it. It's got another 7200. There's another Sony camera with a lens in that one. So there's this case, there's that bag, and then I have another bag that has all my audio gear in it. So there's multiple recorders in there. There's XLR cables as well as 1/4-inch cables. Other cables in there. My lights are in there. There's a whole other bag there. Plus, I still have to bring monopods and tripods and things like that, so it gets a little crazy. And yes, I'm working on slimming down because it's a little obnoxious, but this is what I bring right now. So, like I've said in other posts, I'm a hybrid guy. I shoot Canon because of the beautiful, rich colors that Canon brings and has in their cameras. And then during the reception time is when the Sonys come out, because that's when I can crank up the ISO on these guys. I can crank up the aperture to around between 5.6 and 7.1. And I do that to make sure everybody's in focus on the dance floor. And I think that's really about it, guys. Like I said, this is what I bring for filming a wedding, and obviously if I'm photographing a wedding, this would be much different in terms of equipment. External lights would come into play, some other things would come into play. There are different types of lenses, and I love photographing weddings as well. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys this, and like I said, many people have asked. It's a little obnoxious, I know, and keep in mind, guys, this is gear that I have acquired over years and years and years of doing this. So all of this I own now. I don't have to rent lenses anymore. I used to do that a lot. Used to rent cameras. Got no problem doing that. In fact, I encourage people to do that if you're looking at even buying a lens or checking out a camera, and you like to kind of feel and hold it and work with it before you do so. I mean, rent it and check it out. That's what those companies are there for. So anyway, this is what I'm doing today. Getting ready to pack this puppy up and head out shortly, but just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of the nerd's obnoxiousness here. But again, guys, this is all to make sure that your wedding is covered the best that it can. So all this produces the films that you see online. And I also forgot to mention, as far as all the audio that you see and hear, anyway, the audio that you hear during the films that you're watching, that's all covered on these guys. So I get the bridal party to record their audio clips on these. They're just easy to use. Just turn them on, hit the start button, and you're good to go. So I guess that's about it, guys. Any questions that you got, let me know. And that's all I can think of right now. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys, let you know what kind of stuff's in the nerd's bag here. And I will catch you guys in the next vlog post. You guys have a great weekend.